All right, so page 3, number 1. Line segment JK is a diameter. Remember, the diameter is a chord, special chord that goes all the way from one side to the other. It's the longer of the two between the diameter and the radius. So there's the diameter. Find the measure of angle BCK. This angle right here. Okay? How would I find that measure of that angle? Anyone? 360 minus what? 360 minus 138? What do we think? No, we're not going to divide. Since this is a diameter, what is the measure of this arc or this semicircle from JB to K? Yeah, that's 180, right? So I don't want to take 360 because that's the whole circle, but I could take 180 minus this 138, right? So if I do that, 180 degrees, which is the half circle, the semicircle, minus 138 degrees gives me 42 degrees. So this right here is 42 degrees. Okay. Then it says, find the measure of arc JB. Now JB is right here. It doesn't go all the way over to 180. So what would be the measure of that arc? Half of? No. Think about it. You've got your mouth here. What kind of angle is JKB? What do we call this angle right here? No, it's not acute. Acute is a little angle. It's less than 90 degrees. It is obtuse, but we didn't talk about that. There's another type. It's either inscribed or central. It is not inscribed. It is central because the vertex is at the center. So you got to remember center and central. When you have a central angle, what do we know about the arc that it intercepts in red for a central angle? It's what? It is going to be the same as the angle itself, okay? So if that's 138 degrees for a central angle, then the arc from the one end to the other is also going to be 138, okay? I think what you guys are thinking of is if I had an inscribed angle. So if I have an inscribed angle, that means the vertex is on the circle. This is not a problem, but I'm just kind of going over it. And if this arc is 138, anybody want to guess, educated guess what this angle is? It is in degrees, yes. Yes, that is correct. It's 138 divided by 2 because it's much smaller than that big arc, right? Think about your mouth. When words first come out, it starts small and then, or if you have bad breath, I don't know, something, the bad breath comes out and then it's like, escape, it's getting bigger, twice as big when it's out here. Yeah, let me just spit on you guys too. Okay. So yes, it would be 69 degrees right here. So the inscribed angle is always half of the arc that it cuts through. Okay. What? Somebody say something?
Wait, so why didn't you just make a line down the middle?
Why didn't I make a line down the middle?
Why did you make the 2 green lines?
Well, because that makes it the inscribed angle. If I put a line down the middle here, each of these would be 69 degrees if it's directly in half. But I'm talking about this angle back here.
Yeah, I know, so like, why did you split that angle in half?
Well, it's not the same. I mean, I can, but if I split it in half, yeah, for the central angle it's 69 and 69, but back here it's not, I mean, it is 69, it's not, it's the whole angle. It's not split. I mean, it seems like it's split because it is half the number, but it's not split. Because back here, this is getting a little complicated, would be what, 34 and a half? So this side would be 34 and a half, and this side would be 34 and a half. But I wouldn't pay attention to that. I would just know that if you have an inscribed angle, it's the arc 138 divided by 2. Okay? All right, let's move on. Let's go to number 2. Did we do number 2 already? By chance? No? Okay. This is a good one to go over because there's a lot of special notation when we're talking about circles, okay? It says, use the figure to answer the following questions. Use correct notation. I'm going to go down here. I know it says I should go over, but I'm just going down. So the circle is named circle what? Circle P. Yes, you always name a circle with its center point. Circle P. How about naming a chord? How about E flat major? E A. E A? P A. That is not a chord. D E is a chord. A chord is a line segment that has its endpoints on the circle. So this would be line segment DE, or you could also say line segment AB. That is our diameter, but it is also a chord because the endpoints are on the circle. How about a major arc? Major arc. Now, the arc is going to be around the outside of the circle. Say it again. No, not AB. Major. A, B, C. Yes, arc A, B, C. Arc ABC goes this way because I have to follow the order of the letters that she said. So A to B to C. A major arc is more than 180 degrees. More than half of the circle. That's what makes it major, okay? And you need 3 points to label a major arc, okay? Now, that's not the only one. I could have also said ACE going in the other direction. I could have said ABD, which go all the way around in the other direction. How about a semicircle? ACB. Yes, ACB. I didn't hear what you said, Osmel. So a semicircle ACB, and you need to put that arc over it, is going to equal 180 degrees exactly. And again, you need 3 points. So a semicircle and a major arc, you need 3 points. Well, since we're talking about arcs, how about a minor arc? Minor arc. ADE? No. AB? No. CAD? No. Anyone? Anyone? AC. Yes, AC. You only use, Osmel, you only use 2 points. No, you didn't.
The first time I did.
Well, I heard the second time. So AC, it has to be less than 180 degrees, less than half of a circle, and you can only use 2 points, which makes sense. Minor means less than, so you only have 2 points there. Okay? Caden, what are you looking at? Caden. Caden, what are you looking at? What are you looking at? Huh? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. And diameter. Give me a diameter. No. CE? No. AB. Yes. You only use 2 points for a line segment. Don't give me 3. You're like, picky, picky, picky. Hey, I didn't make the notation rules up. We just follow them. How about a radius? Give me a radius. CB? No. CP. Yes. CP. Line segment CP. Miss Deanie, do I really need those bars and those arcs above those? Yes. Yes, you do. Because I need to know, are we talking about a line segment? Are we talking about an arc? Are we talking about the circle? So yes, it's very important. Questions on 2. Okay. All right. How about 3? Did we do 3 or 4? Yes? No?
No.
All right. So let me get rid of all this really quickly. Okay. So number 3 says the radius of a circle is 6 centimeters. Always try to highlight or underline the important information, right, Melvin? Right. So what equation would be used to find the circumference using the radius? What the heck is a circumference? What? 2 pi r, yes, circumference is 2 pi r. If you had to describe circumference to a 3rd grader, how would you describe it? 2 pi r. What is the circumference if I have a circle? No, that's not really circumference, but it's something with the whole circle, yes. Now see, I thought circumference, I thought I was cool and said it's the fence around the circle. Get it? Circumference, that looks like fence around the circle. So it's the distance all the way around. It's a distance, like you were measuring it. It's kind of like perimeter. It is perimeter, but for a circle, we give it a special name, circumference, okay? All right, so now that we have that, we know what it is, we have the formula, find the circumference, round to the nearest hundredth. So circumference is 2 times pi times, what does r stand for? Radius, and do we know that? 6. So you substitute 6 in for r, multiply those all together, and it says give it to the nearest hundredth. The hundredth is 2 places over, so give me 3 digits past the decimal. 699. So this 9 right here is in the hundredths place, because that's like your pennies would be when you're counting money. And there's 100 pennies in a dollar. So look next door, 5 or more, that's going to go up. Now you're like, well, what's going up from 9? Well, it would be 10, which means put down the 0, carry the 1. But if you look at everything to the left, 1 up from 69 would be 70. So your answer is 37.70. And how am I going to label this? Centimeters, is it to the first, to the second, to the third? It's not area. It's not volume. Right, it's just to the first power because it's a distance, right? If you measure with a ruler or something, something is 100 centimeters, okay? So measuring around that circle, you can't do it with a ruler, but a tape measure or something is just centimeters, okay? Questions on that? Okay, you guys would really make my day if you can get number 4 correct. So number 4A says that angle 1 over here is a type of what kind of angle? Inscribed. Okay, we've got 1 for 1. Are you sure it's not central? What would make it central? Yes, if we had the vertex at the center. Okay. Now, if this is 128 degrees, what is the measure of angle 1? $64. What do we think about that answer? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Yes, no? Yes, no, I don't know. Yes, it is 64. Remember, we just said it is half or that angle divided by 2. So that gives us 64 degrees. Woohoo! You guys made my day. Thank you, thank you. It doesn't take much. All right, let's move on. Number 5. This is a good problem. Line segment KM is a diameter for the circle shown below. Diameter, okay. What is the measure of angle L? Now, before we do that, what kind of an angle is angle L? What kind of an angle is angle L? Is it inscribed or central? Angle L is right here. That vertex is not at the center of the circle. So this is an inscribed angle, right? So if we don't know what that is, I have to look at where the ends of those line segments intercept. What is the measure of that arc from K all the way over to M? What's the measure of that? 180 degrees. So if that is 180, what's the measure of angle L? 90. Yeah, it's half of it, right? 180 divided by 2 means that this is 90 degrees. Okay, see how I'm trying to pull this all together? Okay, so that's 90 degrees. Now, this says that means that angle K right here and the measure of angle M added together are going to equal how much? Now, before you answer, what do we know about the number of degrees in a triangle? You have to kind of remember that. Say it again. Well, this is 90 degrees, yes, but we want to know, what about K plus M? Say it again. Right. There are 180 degrees in a total triangle, so 180 minus the 90 of the right angle leaves you with 90 that has to go for angle K plus angle M. Does that make sense? Okay. So then it says solve for x. Solve for x. What the heck? Well, okay. Right here is what it's telling you to do. Take the measure of angle K, which is 9x minus 3, that's the expression of it, plus the measure of angle M right here, 8x minus 4, equals 90.
No question, 8 because mine says 9x minus 8.
Thank you. Yes, you just saved me a whole bunch of mud on my face. Well, I still have mud on my face, but oh, that was the wrong one. 8x minus 4, and this should be 9x minus 8. Good catch. Remind me to get a Smarties for you at the end. All right, so what do I do now? Combine like terms. Yes, I've got x is here, 9x plus 8x is how much? 17x. I have negative 8 and negative 4 is negative 12. That equals 90. I'm running out of room. All right, so 17x minus 12 equals 90. I'm trying to solve for x. What would I do next? Come on, this should be two-step equations. Add 12, yes, add 12 to both sides. And when I say both sides of the equal sign, the 12s cancel out. I have 17 times x is equal to 90. That's 17 times x, so I would divide over here. X is equal to, what is it? What'd I do? Oh my gosh. Yes. Can you tell I'm going a little too fast for me? And I thought I got a good night's sleep last night. 102, thank you. 102 divided by 17 should be 6. X is equal to 6. Okay. Well, how is that helpful, you say? Well, then we have to find the measures of angle K and M. Angle K is 9x minus 8, which means 9 times 6 minus 8, which is 54 minus 8, which is 46 degrees. And it's degrees because it's the measure of an angle. And for M is 8x minus 4. Substitute 6 in place for x, so that's 8 times 6 minus 4, which is 48 minus 4, which is 44 degrees. And I had a bright young man say, well, do we really need to calculate that second one from that expression? He was like, couldn't we just take 90 minus 46? And that is correct, because these two angles added up to 90, so you could take 90 minus 46 to get the 44. Either way works. Any questions about 5? All right, let's go to 6. This is one we had a question about. Given that line segment FG, and that symbol means is congruent to line segment JH. What does congruent mean? Equal in measure, yes. But if you are labeling them like that, line segments are congruent, but the measures are going to be what? The same and equal. So what is the measure and the length of FG? It is 6. If this one is 6, this also is going to be 6. 6 what? We don't know, but it's 6 something. All right, and because FG is a chord, it is a chord that intercepts this arc, if I would rotate that around, it's going to intercept that same amount on the other side, right? Because they're the same length. So what is the measure of this arc JH? 143 degrees. Is that a minor, a minor arc, a semicircle, or a major arc? It is minor because it's less than 180 degrees. Good. Questions on that one? All right, let's go to 7. I feel like we did not spend much time on this part, so I definitely want to go over this. Given the center point, and the center point of a circle is HK, that's your center, and a radius, which is going to be R, write an equation for the circle. This, I don't know if this is on that golden sheet or not, but this formula is for the equation of a circle. So you definitely might want to write this down if it's not. Is it on there for 5? Module 5? Well, you're like, I don't know. You haven't written it down yet. So it is x minus h, quantity squared, plus y minus k, quantity squared, equals r squared. Is that on there?
We did this.
Yeah.
Oh, we did this one?
We did number 8. No, I mean A.
We did A?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can do B then. Were you guys supposed to do B? Uh-huh. Okay. Did anybody do it? All right, so if we're going through, we would have x minus h. This is hk. That's the center. So x minus 4, and that should be quantity squared, plus y minus k, and my k value is -8, equals the r. What's r stand for again? Radius. My radius is 3 squared. Now, that's pretty good, but we need to clean it up a little bit. The part we need to clean up, we can't have this double negative. So this becomes plus a positive. And 3 squared is actually how much? 9. So rewriting my equation, it would be x minus 4, quantity squared, plus y plus 8, quantity squared, equals 9. Any questions on that? Okay. Find the measure of x. Doesn't say find x, find the measure of x. You're like, it's right there. Have you guys seen those t-shirts and stuff? Math teachers love those. Find the measure of x. Oh my gosh, how am I going to... First of all, what is that angle? Is that a central or inscribed? No. Central, because it has the vertex at the center. Okay? We'll get there. We'll get there. So find the measure of x. How would I find x? Oh, go back? Yeah. I am recording this too. And I showed you guys all of my answers are on this module for today. Like all of the whole packet. So you can always look at that too. All right. So how would I find that measure of angle or measure of x? So the full circle is 360 degrees, right? We know this much of it is 115, and this much of it is 60, and this much of it is 105. So if I add those up, 6, 7, 8, 280. So all three of these add up to 280 degrees. I need to figure out how much this is. So if I take 360, the full amount, minus 280, which is the amount that the three angles add up to, I am going to get 80 degrees. Questions on that? Okay. Segment JH is tangent to circle G at point J. That must be on the next page. Oof. Clear ink, clear ink. So it is tangent, which means it's going to form what kind of an angle down there? We did this one? Oh, right angle. Okay. How about 10? Did we do 10?
Yes.
Oh, did we do we did the whole page? Awesome. Let's see. Did we do the top of the next one? The circumference 56 pi?
No.
All right, let's do that really quickly. So, circumference, C, is, what is the formula for circumference? 2 pi r. Now, they tell you circumference is 56 pi. Make sure you put that in place of the C. So, 56 pi is equal to 2 pi r. We want to know and find the radius. Right now, they're all being multiplied, so I'm going to divide and divide here. Those cancel out. R is equal to pi divided by pi. That simplifies out. 56 divided by 2 is 28. So radius is 28. Similar over here, 2 pi r, 12 pi is equal to 2 pi r. Your homework tonight is to try to complete your notes for this note sheet. And I want you to do as much as you can on module 6, right below. Okay, complete your note sheet and module 6. Remember, I also have all the answers online for today's date. Okay? All right. Okay. See you guys tomorrow.